Hey guys, got a pitching tip of the day today from Coach Laird. So, this is something that's super overlooked. It's something that's very hard for guys to do because there's a lot of fear that's involved with this. You got to have something between your legs in order to do this. But it's being able to have the ability to pitch inside. And so obviously summer's winding down, summer ball's starting to wind down. There's like 1-2 tournaments left for a lot of guys getting ready to go to tryouts and stuff. But especially the older age groups, like all these wood bat tournaments, and you kind of have an advantage as a pitcher, right? Well, you do have an advantage as a pitcher if you have the ability to throw inside, especially with some arm side run, natural two-seam movement. But specifically, like these guys with wood, they're not used to handling wood. Some of them are, it's not really much of a transition. But I can't tell you just as an instructor how many guys think they hit the inside pitch really well, but what they're really doing is they're hitting the middle pitch well, or they're hitting the middle in pitch well. But specifically, like a couple years ago, I had some statistics in front of me, and it was showing like the top ERAs in Division I baseball in the country. And the same teams that had the top ERAs also had the most hit batters, which is, some people look at, man, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. But to me, it's not crazy at all. It's like, they are pitching inside, and, you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. You're going to hit some batters at times. And I thought that was awesome because, it just shows, like, in order to have, there's high risk, high reward in anything in life, but specifically on the bump. But if you have the ability, especially if you have, like I said, if you have some velocity, above average velocity, or some arm side run, I used to pitch back in the day, and I had a lot of two-seam run, and I'd get guys out all the time on two seams inside. Sometimes I'd stand on the same side of the rubber, so I was throwing toward the inside part of the plate. They would run down their hands, and guys would swing, hit, like I had multiple guys that would actually get hit by the ball while swinging, especially when I was 15, 16. And then, there's a lot of times I would set on the other side of the rubber, and I would start in middle, and it would run in on their hands. And obviously everybody's got their own strengths and weaknesses, and so you got to know what kind of pitcher you are in order to know how to pitch. But I can't stress enough, like, most of the time guys don't do it because they're afraid of leaving the ball over the plate for someone to absolutely hammer. But that's the thing, is like, if you miss low or miss inside, one of those two. And if you can learn with that two-seamer or even a sinker, it's an absolute game changer. So as you're working on your bullpens and you're working on, what you do, a lot of flat grounds or whatever you're doing, work on pitching inside. Have someone standing in the box, or you're using a target and you're working on hitting spots over and over and over. I can't stress enough. Now, obviously, velocity is the name of the game, and that's where you want to be at. But I'm going to tell you right now, 92 with run on the inside, 93 with run on the inside is a lot harder to hit than 95, 96 down the dick. I can attest for that as a hitter, but I can also attest for that, on the bump. So, pitching tip of the day: learn to pitch inside, have something between the legs, get it done, and practice it. It'll be a game changer in your game, especially when you're facing wood bats, as guys are transitioning from metal to wood. Coach Laird, out.